From the Wellness Center here at Thibodaux Regional, welcome to the VSN Volleyball 2024 season preview. I'm Richey, and we're so glad you joined us as we take a look at some of the top teams in Louisiana that will be vying for 5 state championship trophies that will be handed out at the Cajun Dome on November 16th. Once again, here at the Wellness Center, thanks to Assumption head coach Tara Campo and the great folks here at Thibodaux Regional like Sandy Fusel and Cooey Fletcher, we've got 6 Hall of Fame matches with amazing talent. 3 of the 5 defending state champs were here and 2 defending state runners-up. We will break down our season preview division by division, and we will start in D5. That's where Country Day has won 8 consecutive titles. For more on the Cajuns, let's head over to Paul Boron, who once again will be calling some of VSN's top matchups this year on play-by-play.
Thank you, Eric. So happy to be back with VSN for another year of unprecedented volleyball coverage. And you mentioned Country Day, 8 in a row. How about 14 of the last 18? This Cajuns team is a juggernaut. And if today was any indication, the juggernaut's going to roll on as they hammered Ben Franklin. Country Day returning most of their top players, 3 of which were all-state. Leah Beverly, the UAB commit in middle, Jane Gamble, the right side, the Swanee commit, and Addison Lonnie, the libero. And they have looked sharp this preseason. Set point early on, and it's a one-hand set from Maggie Schneider to Gamble, who also uses one hand to find the open spot in the Ben Franklin defense. And Country Day takes the opening set 25-20. Again, a little more off speed in set 2 from Country Day. This time, El Nunez. And Country Day takes set 2, 25-17. The dominance continues in set 3 as Country Day shot out to a 13-0 lead and never looked back, winning in convincing fashion, 25-8.
I think it's not really a pressure. It's more of like every year we know we gotta do a restart kind of, because we know everybody's, there's a target on our backs. But honestly, we look at it more as a way to just kind of continue to grow, and that keeps us getting in the gym and getting better and going up after any team that we play and just doing our best, and that's it.
I mean, yeah, there's always some pressure just because we've won in the past, so we're a huge target for other teams. But honestly, it's just a fun challenge, and I think we all see it that way. So yeah, there's pressure, but it's just fun.
Set your block. Good, good.
Next up, the team that Country Day has played in the Division 5 state championship in each of the past 2 years, Westminster Christian Academy in Opelousas. Head coach Keith Leon has done an amazing job and built a highly successful program. They too have a returning all-state selection in Bethany Stu, a senior middle. A phenomenal job for the Crusaders to make it back to the state title game a year ago, despite losing almost all of their top players from the 2022 state runner-up team. How does this year's team look? Let's find out.
I think this year it might be a little bit different because we have a bench, like I said, and we're pretty deep, and we just have a lot of chemistry, and we want to win this year. We want it really bad.
We know what our goal is, and that's to get to Country Day or get to the finals and just play to the best of our ability. And we have the coaches and we have the talent to do that, so we're all really excited.
I think it's a lot of excitement because of where we've been last year and where we are now. We were so young last year, and now our girls have that little bit of experience behind their back. And look, they're ready. They want to make it to that next level again. So hopefully we can be in that finals again and meet up with Country Day.
The other 2 teams that made the Final Four last year in Division 5 both figure to be strong again this year. Central Catholic with the very talented 6-foot middle and Addison Grizafi. Ascension Episcopal, the Blue Gators, made the semis for a 2nd straight season under first-year head coach Lori Simon. As for the Final Four last season in Division 4, North Lake Christian won it all after beating John Curtis in the semis. They beat Notre Dame in the finals, who had knocked off then-defending state champ Newman in the semifinals. As for the defending champs this year, North Lake Christian returns one of the top players in the state in Abby Bailey, a senior outside hitter who finished 3rd in the state in kills last season with 591. Head coach Lindsey Donovan got her team to the top of the mountain last year after 6 straight appearances to the state tournament ended in the quarterfinals.
Super proud of the girls. It feels amazing. I can't even express the amount of hard work that they've put in just to this season, from the first tournament, winning the Woodlawn tournament, to beating big teams like Mandeville, Slidell, Fontainebleau. They're resilient. They work so hard. And there's never a point in the huddle where they're, oh, we're down. Oh no, guys, come on. It's always the belief that we're gonna pull it out in the end.
There were two other teams who will be strong contenders in Division IV here in Thibodaux, starting with John Curtis. Alex Carter has done a sensational job just in year 2. Top players returning, how about sophomore Michaela Mortar, who may be one of the top sophomores in the state. They fell behind 2-0 against Turlings Catholic, but fought their way back. Third set, it's Kennedy O'Brien with the serve, Turlings Catholic with the good serve receive, but the hit is long, and the Patriots are alive, winning set 3, 25-21. Set 4 was tight. We pick it up with Curtis leading 26-25. There's Mortar again with a power swing for the kill and the set. So we head to a fifth, and once again the sophomore outside takes over. She will not be under the radar for long, swinging like this. She crushes kills to make it 14-10, and then the match point. Patriots storm all the way back, taking the match 3-2.
I think losing in the semifinals last year really pushed us to want to work harder and helps us to really fight for what we deserve. I think we all really want to win really bad because of all the talent that we have. So with the talent that we have this year, I think it helps us all know and trust each other that we're going to win.
I think last year, we had great senior leadership, and this year we have kind of more seniors. I think we have more technical skill talent this year. We've worked really hard. It's just a matter of figuring out how to have that chemistry on the court, and if our season's going to be anything like tonight was, I think it's a pretty good indicator that we'll do pretty well, but we just got to keep working hard.
Another of the strong contenders in Division IV this season is Catholic High New Iberia. Yes, that's not a mistake. Last year's team out of nowhere that made it to the semifinals in Division III have now dropped to Division IV. Gary Westcott has almost everyone back. Sanaya Rahim, the outside hitter, and Reese Mulbert, their setter, who was 4th in the state in assists last year with 13.07. A battle versus Assumption. After losing the first set, the Panthers fought back to win the next two. Kaylee Delahuse with the kill to win set 2, 25-22. Third set and a great rally here. Mulbert dives, almost has a pancake. Good she saved it as the Mustangs hit it into the net as Catholic High takes the third set 25-12, but would drop the next two. Afterwards, Eric, you talked to Coach Westcott, who was recently announced by Governor Landry as the new Secretary of the Louisiana Department of Public Safety and Corrections.
I know you didn't get the result you wanted here today, but man, the outlook of this season in Division IV, how's it looking?
Well, they still got some. North Lake Christian's got pretty much a lot of their players back again, and you always got the powerhouse teams like Newman and John Curtis had a great game here. I saw Dunham is back, and again Notre Dame, who I've yet to beat. So again, that's my nemesis, So again, it's gonna be fun. I think LCA is. We scrimmaged them. They're extremely good too. So I think Division IV is gonna be really tough, and so we're ready for it.
So I haven't had a chance to congratulate you since your initial job with the Governor Landry, but already a promotion is in store.
Right, yes. The current secretary resigned after 16 years, so I will take over effective Thursday, the 29th, in the new role on his cabinet as the Department of Corrections Secretary.
That is outstanding. Congratulations again. How about trying to juggle the roles? I know you can't look into the future, but this program, and you are boom.
Right. I have 7 seniors, so again, they pretty much take the lead, and I've been very fortunate to have 2 assistant coaches. Aaron and Meredith have been with me for several years, and Aaron's been with me the whole 8 years. So again, they're fine without me. I promise you. They're a senior-led team, and again, they really want me to be there because we're like a family. I've been with them girls since they've been in the 6th grade, so I know it hurts when I'm not there, but they don't need me. I promise you.
Notre Dame was the state runner-up in Division IV last year after knocking off top seed and defending state champ Newman in a thriller. Here's head coach Waylon Young, and congrats, by the way, coach, on becoming a proud new father, by the way.
We have some newcomers. We have some returners from last year, but we have some newcomers in new spots, and people have moved positions, some too. We've been a little up and down through the preseason. We played a really competitive schedule. To be honest, I think it's kind of the culture, the expectation that we're going to be there every year. The girls think that, our coaching staff thinks that. I think it's a culture thing. The girls work super hard, and ultimately they expect to be at the state tournament every year.
Now, as for the team that got tripped up by Notre Dame in the semis last year, Newman and head coach Colleen Lorzell will have to replace a pair of all-state players, but back with several talented returners, like junior middle Caroline Bame, junior outside Jessie Lambert, senior middle Tay Young, senior libero Kingsland LeBourgeois, senior setter Caroline Lepere, and senior DS Sarah Gibbs Smallpage.
This is an incredibly athletic team, which is so exciting. We've got some really physical attackers and blockers. I think our offense is stronger than it's been in a long time. So, we've always had a good offense, but I think our offense is really great.
We've been putting all of our effort and our time into this preseason, especially during the spring before last year ended. I think we've all just been working so hard, and we've all been coming together collectively. Communication has been one of our big things this season.
I think our team is going to be really energetic this year, and we do have a lot of personality. We are loud, we're going to be energetic, we're going to talk a lot, and we're just going to have a lot of fun.
Couple of key things: confident, aggressive, relentless on everything you do.
And never count out Sacred Heart.
Confident, aggressive, and relentless.
J.J. Wan's team loses a couple of big-time hitters, but some great talent still on the court. Senior libero Taylor Robert, sophomore middle Elizabeth Alford, just a couple of the names to watch for this season for the VSN affiliate.
They're a good group of girls. They constantly fight, and they fight for their points, they fight for the ball, and that's what you want. You want a team that's hungry and passionate about it, and then they showed us that. They have a lot of energy and a lot of spunk, and I like that. It's the same thing I preached throughout the years. Confident, aggressive, relentless on defense will carry us a long way. You know, as competitive as Division IV is going to be this year, that's part of the communication process this year.
Others to look for in Division IV, how about Pope John Paul II and Calvary Baptist? Also, LCA has made the move to Division IV. We'll talk more about them a little bit later in the show, but for now, it's time for our first timeout. When we return, like Division IV, Division III is loaded. We'll dive in as the VSN Volleyball 2024 season preview continues after this.
Before planning the big trip, you were limping thanks to a bad knee. Then you heard about Mako robotic-assisted knee replacement. It starts with a CT scan to pinpoint the problem that becomes a personalized 3D plan to guide your doctor during surgery. Mako can help lead to better outcomes, like less pain and shorter recovery times. The lifetime of a knee implant is limited, and revision surgery may be required. Individual results and recovery times vary. Risks of surgery include pain, infection, heart attack, stroke, death, and other serious risks. Ask your doctor for important safety information. To find a doctor who uses Mako, visit makocan.com.
Welcome back to the VSN Volleyball 2024 season preview. The Hall of Fame matches here at the Wellness Center at Thibodaux Regional. Once again, year number 6, and one of the big reasons is with us right now. Of course, the Hall of Famer, Coach Sandy Fussell, sports medicine, Club Rise, the list goes on and on. But, Coach, why is this so important for you, and how has this tournament progressed throughout these 6 years?
I mean, it's just a great opportunity to bring high-level volleyball into our community here in Thibodaux, and at the same time promote the LHSAA's efforts to promote their Hall of Fame. Each year we just have high-level volleyball in the gym. Some of the top teams, state champions, state runner-ups, year in and year out, and it's been very successful. I think it's our 6th year that we host, and hopefully we can continue down the road to do much of the same in the years to come.
My soon-to-be 7-year-old granddaughter, Gracie, has already been to some of your camps before. She enjoys it, wears the Rise shirts all over the place. I hear there's some more programs, a grassroots program that you'd like to talk about?
Yes, we're starting a full-fledged grassroots program this season. We've actually started in the fall where we have 40 young girls participating in practices and competition on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. And then when club season rolls around in the spring, we plan to do much of the same for 8 to 14-year-olds who may not have the skill set to participate in travel ball, but at the same time have a love for the game, and so they can build on their fundamental skills in hopes of perhaps down the road participating in travel ball, but at the same time, develop those fundamentals and the love for the game.
They do a class act at every level of the game. And Coach Sandy, you've been doing it for so long. Thank you again for hosting this tournament and for all that you guys do at Thibodaux Regional Wellness Center.
Well, thank you for what you do.
Appreciate it. Now, speaking of these club volleyball teams, Rise, Cooey Fletcher is the director, and she's a coach, she's the director, she does beach, but right now we're talking about the club Rise. I know some tryouts coming up, you're getting ready for it. You just wrapped up an unbelievable season, winning championships all over the place. How has Rise, the club itself, progressed, and what do you want people to know about the club that you guys have developed?
So I want people to know that we try to mimic a college. Like the girls that are trying to get to the next level, that is my focus, to get them to the next level. But yeah, we're in a small region, but this club is open to everyone's state. Like if you can come here, please come here. It's not just for Thibodaux people, for Houma people. We welcome players from all over to come here, and that's important to us. And then we have a lot to offer as far as sports performance, nutrition, and high-level coaching.
Okay, let's get back to our season preview, and our next stop is in Division III. That's where Hannon closed out a dominating 41-2 season by winning their third state championship in 4 years for Becky Bonifay. They did so by getting some revenge on E.D. White, who knocked them out of the semis in 2022. E.D. White got to the title game by knocking off a very talented Parkview Baptist team in the semis. Hannon was one of the teams here in Thibodaux tonight, and for more on them, let's check in with Paul Boron.
Eric Becky Bonifay lost two of the best players in the state to graduation. Her own daughter, Sophie, who's now at LSU, and the state assist leader, Sarah Kirsch, who has graduated as well. But trust me when I tell you, this team is still very dynamic. There are still talented players all over the court for Hannon. All-state libero Miranda Hollencheck, pin hitters Mia Phillips and Reese Foster, middle Bailey Bavalo, who has been very active this preseason, and don't forget sophomore setter Josie Pathamthong, who has had an immediate impact, like here with a monster kill on set point, as Hannon goes up 2-0 on Dominican. Dominican took a close third set, but Hannon, too much firepower on this night. Avery Lewis with the kill to make it 24-18. Set point, and it will be Bavalo finding the opening in the defense, and Hannon cruises to a 3-1 win. 3 days later, Dominican did get some payback, beating Hannon in the Chalmette Jamboree, but Hannon is once again a strong contender for a state championship run.
It's taken us a minute to adjust to new setters, but they're good setters, so it's just going to take us a minute. I've been very happy with the effort in defense. We're being smarter and smarter every time we play in the front row. So, we got work to do, and we got to keep getting better, just like everybody else. But the pieces are there if we just put them together.
So this year we're just trying to grow together as a team and have high energy and go into every game with a lot of confidence. And we just need to grow together because some of us haven't played together before, but we're starting to gel, and it's really showing.
Excellent. Reese?
Yeah, I feel like as a team we're going a lot. We're getting together a lot more. I feel like we have a really good chance at state this year, and I'm really excited and looking forward to the season.
I think that this year it's been really good, and teammate-wise, we've definitely all clicked together, and we're all friends with each other, and I think that really helps with chemistry and stuff. So I think it's going to be a good year.
I kind of think the same thing. One of our main focuses this year has been on the energy and playing for each other. And I think that we expect a lot out of each other every year, but this year especially, we're just being good teammates, we're working hard for each other, and that just makes us 10 times better.
Now to E.D. White, who has played in the state championship game in back-to-back seasons under head coach Sarah Johnson. All-state hitter Brighton Ratcliffe is gone, but some great players are back. One of the top liberos in the state who has been under the radar is Olivia Bason. Middles Emery Ferret, an all-state player, and Kylie Johnson. And watch for senior outside hitter Liddy Thibodaux. Against St. Joe's, the Cardinals looked great. Close one in the first set, and it's Johnson and the coach's daughter with a little hammer time to seal it 25-23. Edie White takes the second set as well, 25-22. Then in the third, maybe the rally of the day. Both liberos making fantastic ups on this play. In the end, it's Ferret with the monster block, giving the Cardinals a 24-21 lead. And oh my goodness, Ferret with another hammer time kill, and the Cardinals pitch the clean sweep, 25-21.
It's so special. Like, you can tell that everyone really wants it. Like, we're all in it to win this year. Like, we're all doing so much in practice, so much off the court, to get us ready for the season, to get us ready for state, and we're all just working towards that.
I think our best part is our connection with each other. We really connected the first time we started playing, and it just clicked.
Our team this year is really awesome. We've been just working extremely hard in practice and just really making sure we're staying positive and cheering each other on every point, because as you can tell, whenever we have high energy, that's when we all come together and just connect and play our best volleyball.
I'm really excited because I feel like we're a family this year. I feel like we're all really close on the team. All the seniors love all the underclassmen, and it's just a fun environment to play in.
As for some others that will be looking to make a run in a stacked Division III, Vanderbilt Catholic. Some exciting senior leaders, starting with Neil Grace Berry, the all-state hitter, the lefty committed to McNeese State just about a month ago. They've also got another excellent lefty pin hitter in Shea Sanders, and another very talented senior in middle Kenley Sebo. The Terriers made it to the state quarterfinals last season, have looked very good in this preseason. We're a big fan of those players, and we're wishing Latasha Wise-Jackson and her team the best of luck. Meanwhile, at Parkview Baptist, Allison Didier League's team has two of the top players in the state. Laurel Cassidy, a senior two-time returning all-state selection and LSU commit as a libero, she'll be playing outside this year as the team lost their two top pin hitters in Jency Doise and Brooklyn Phillips to graduation. Jency, by the way, is playing at Jones College, suffered a knee injury in the very first scrimmage of the season, wishing for a speedy recovery for her. The other returning All-State player is junior Yana Times. The explosive player is being contacted by Power 5 college teams across the country. Unbelievable leaping ability, can crush the ball, and is now turning into more of an all-around player. You'll see her at middle and on the pins.
I definitely want them to know that no matter where we are right now or no matter what it looks like, it's all about how we finish. And I really think that Parkview's going to be a strong finisher this year.
This year, I think the key is just going to be focus and just our work ethic. This team is very fresh and a little bit unexperienced, so I think that this year, if we're just working hard, we're working together, we're learning new things, we're just giving God all the glory every single day, that we're going to have a great season.
I think the strengths for this team is they want more. They know that we have lots of pieces that we need developed in order for us to be a successful program by the end of the season. And so we're not there yet, and they are hungry for it.
Let's go, Jackie! Another team in Division III that returns a pair of All-State players is Haynes Academy. The Vaucher sisters, senior hitter Virginia, a UAB Beach commit, and junior middle Marilyn, her little sister, lead the way for head coach Ashley Miller. Some quality players all over the court. Seniors like setter Bella Granados, defensive specialist Claire Cowart, and Lila Freedu, who, by the way, just committed to Millsaps. Junior libero Ella Feehan. This is a great team who lost a 5-set war to Hannon in the quarters last year and made it to the semifinals 2 years ago. While the Wellness Center here in Thibodaux hosted 6 Hall of Fame matches, they were doing the same thing Hall of Fame style in Baton Rouge at the Sportsplex. VSN color analyst Chip Didier was there for all of the matches, and a couple of contenders that we want to talk about were in action. Coach Chip, it's great to have you back. Tell us a little bit about LCA, who made the move to Division IV, and also St. Michael in Division III.
I'd like to appreciate Eric for allowing me to do VSN again. I love this sport, and I love this VSN. It's a great streaming service that everybody should get. I was in Baton Rouge at the Hall of Fame, watching quite a few good teams there. LCA coach Brian Barrett is an outstanding coach, and you can tell his girls know what they're doing on the court. They moved down in class. They were in Division III. They moved down to 4, and he really likes that move. He thinks they're going to be extremely competitive in that division. He's a senior dominating team, and 5 starters are seniors, and 1 is a 10th grader. Their 2 outsides are their strongest players, and they're both seniors. So they're looking forward to a tremendous season this year. They played a really good Parkview team, and it went down to the wire in 5 sets. And it was a great match for this early in the year. It looked like both of them were in mid-season form. The next team I wasn't able to watch was St. Michael. They had a scheduling conflict, and so St. Michael wasn't able to play. But I do know about St. Michael. I watched them last year quite a bit. They have just about everybody returning. Rob does a great job with St. Michael over there, and I think they're going to be a team to reckon with in Division III.
It's time for another break. When we return, we shift our attention to Division II. Tell us why it's so important for Thibodaux Regional to have tournaments like this.
Because it provides an opportunity for the girls in these regions to come together and play high-quality volleyball. And to do it in a great setting, we think it's a great setting. Our wellness center here, in my opinion, sort of amp up everybody. That means the players get better, maybe the coaches get better, but there's nothing like competition to make you rise to your highest height.
St. Thomas More. We now shift our attention to Division II, where St. Thomas More pulled off an incredible run last season by winning a 3rd consecutive state title. The Cougars got there beating rival Turlings Catholic in the finals. The Rebels got there by winning a 5-set thriller with Ben Franklin, while SSA also advanced to the semifinals, wrapping up a great season for them. As for St. Thomas More, Jessica Burke was named National Coach of the Year after replacing 4 of her top hitters, 3 to graduation, 1 to injury, and she still made it all the way to a 34-5 state championship season. The Rebels, they're loaded again. A pair of all-state performers returned from last season in senior setter right side Ryan Machado and sensational libero junior Eleanor Gibbon. Senior middle Beverly Poche is back. She too was an all-state performer back in her sophomore year before she missed all of last season with injury. Her sister Marvel and the Broussard twins Emma, a setter, and Ella, a DS, also add talent all over the court for this team, locked and loaded at a run for a 4th straight state championship.
We're very excited for this season. It's nice to have a lot of returners and then a lot of kids who have a ton of varsity experience. So we're looking to kind of refine some of these little skills, but this team is already clicking pretty early on, so it's really nice to see.
Well, it's really exciting because last year, especially since I was out, I'm excited to get to play with the girls more and just get to interact on the court. I feel like we have a lot of good, a really good group. We all just vibe together and everything runs really smoothly, so I'm really excited for that.
I think just strong connections. We've already built so many connections together because we obviously do have some newcomers, but a lot of it is returning. And so we do have an existing connection, but just finding those new players to incorporate into the feeling. I just want to shout out our group of seniors. They're being such good leaders for our team, and they're building a legacy that the rest of us younger ones can definitely carry on to the next years for the future of the program.
It's definitely a great feeling. The entire team, everyone puts in hard work, and it's a great feeling that everybody around you is willing to put in as much work as you are to eventually get as far as you can.
Meanwhile, St. Thomas More's crosstown rival Turlings Catholic in Thibodaux for the Hall of Fame matches again under Terry Hebert, who led the Rebels to 8 straight state titles before STM's current run. How about the great up by Arlie Cormier? Brooklyn Blanchard with the kill to give Turlings the early 1-0 lead. Second set also went to the Lady Rebels, the dump shot from Hebert, and as we told you earlier, Curtis rallied back to win this match, but as we have all seen, never count out Coach Hebert and those Lady Rebels.
We got athleticism in place, we have moments of brilliance and we look good. I think we just need to control what we can control. We just played and had way too many errors. Not only serving errors, hitting errors. Our pin hitters need to realize that they're going to have to step up in a bigger role this year. Trying to spread the offense out. Our 2 middles are doing phenomenal when we get the pass, but we just have to consistently get the pass to run them and then kind of share the wealth on both pins. I mean, we're going to have to be creative in a lot of things we do.
Teurlings Catholic got to the state finals last season by knocking off number 2 seed Ben Franklin in the semifinals. Head coach Kim Buford, now in season 2, has another outstanding team led by a pair of returning all-state performers. Annika Robertson, a dynamic 6'2" right side, and Corey Stace, who plays outside and middle, who was the district MVP a year ago. Ben Franklin ran into a tough Country Day team on this night, but the future looks bright for another strong run in Division II.
Opening up today, we were extremely excited for what we have returning at Ben Franklin. We have, Kat, of course, she runs our floor. She does a great job of feeding off, the hitters and giving them the ball in the correct positions. We also have Annika and Corey. Corey and Annika are 2 big hitters on the team, and they've done a good job of leading us and giving us what we need out of an offensive system.
Also in Division II, Assumption, the host school for this Hall of Fame tournament, led by head coach Tara Campo. This will be a good team in 2024. Senior Ava Pennison has moved from hitter to libero, while senior outside Abigail Alaman is primed for a big year, as is junior hitter Layla Richard. Here with a kill on set point, as Assumption takes set number 1 from Catholic New Iberia 25-23. This one would go 5, a tight one, and in the end it was the Mustangs who would leave victorious. A nice win for them and a nice preseason for Assumption. Now it's off to the regular season.
I do have high expectations for this group. I think right now in this preseason, we're in a point that we can be successful, later on. We have our ups and our downs, but we have to focus on the little things, strong serves, being aggressive at the net. Even though we're really small, we just kind of do some different things.
I expect us to play really hard this year because we had a great game tonight, and just working hard at practice is going to get us there.
Ava, tell me what it's like, this team. I mean, you guys are winning a lot of games this preseason. How good can you be?
We work really hard as a team. We push through every point. It doesn't matter if we're down. We bring each other up every point.
Great match today. What can we expect from Assumption Volleyball this year?
We expect a lot of wins and to work hard to connect as a team.
Henderson into the block of Creeth. And that will do it for the third set on an emphatic block by Creeth.
One team I've seen firsthand this year in preseason is AOL. Head coach Don Landry has won a lot of games during his tenure at Academy of Our Lady. He says this is one of the most talented teams he's had.
2 years ago we knocked on a door. Last year we banged on a door. This year we're going to kick the door down. That's the line that I've been using. And, I love the energy. I love their work ethic. No one really has taken a play off. They're all just pushing hard. And they're aware. They know what it's going to take.
I think we can do a lot bit more than we did last year because we have some really talented players. We have a good outsides, good middles, good right sides, fantastic Diaz. And we're really good this year.
We talked a lot and we communicated. Throughout the preseason and throughout the summer, we did work very, very hard. So this way, this year, we can improve more, and hopefully this year we can go for that state title. I believe that we can do it.
Also in Division II, St. Scholastica figures to be right in the mix again this season. A tremendous mid-year run took SSA all the way to the semifinals. Big players return for head coach Lisa Cardinale, starting in the middle, where senior Juliana Whitfield leads the charge. She's a player who gets up almost every time in transition and has worked very hard on her blocking in the offseason. Meanwhile, with digs like this in the state tournament last season, SSA is in good hands with junior Sophia Schlem transitioning to libero. Along with junior right side setter Mia Cassie and senior setter Olivia Palmer, this team should be strong. Like last season, when Coach Cardinale spoke about that mid-season turnaround.
I think playing the tough schedule, we learned to handle hard. We had a lot of adversity playing all those hard teams in the beginning, and we were so close for every game, but we were tired of losing, and they just trusted the process, and we decided that we can do hard things, we can handle hard things, so we just keep challenging ourselves to get better and better.
We're down to our final timeout. Dominican looking for a 5th straight state title, but plenty of strong teams looking to knock them off. We'll take a deep dive when we return.
Before planning the big trip, you were limping thanks to a bad knee. Then you heard about Mako robotic-assisted knee replacement. It starts with a CT scan to pinpoint the problem that becomes a personalized 3D plan to guide your doctor during surgery. Mako can help lead to better outcomes, like less pain and shorter recovery times. The lifetime of a knee implant is limited, and revision surgery may be required. Individual results and recovery times vary. Risks of surgery include pain, infection, heart attack, stroke, death, and other serious risks. Ask your doctor for important safety information. To find a doctor who uses Mako, visit makocan.com.
LHSA Volleyball State Championship Trophy in Division I goes to St. Mary's.
What an unbelievable run for VSN affiliate Dominican. For the 4th straight season, they have been live streaming their matches on VSN. They win a state title. They did it by beating crosstown rival Mount Carmel in 4 sets last season in an epic 33-31 decisive 4th set. MCA swept Dutchtown in the semis, while Dominican beat Slidell in 4. Let's start our look at Division I with the teams that were here in Thibodaux, starting at the top with Dominican. Here again is Paul Boron, the voice of Dominican volleyball on VSN.
Yeah, Eric, last year I was lucky enough to have a front row seat for a lot of those Dominican matches, led by Cam Chatelier, the Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year, but she's off to play LSU Beach volleyball. Gabby Marcello, one of the best setters in the state, is gone as well, but they do have 11 seniors coming back, but their success, at least early on, will start with their defense. And leading the way is one of the top defenders in the state, Lauren Pipitone, who was named by Max Preps as the preseason player of the year. The senior libero led the state in digs last season with a jaw-dropping 801. On this night, they got a kill from Zoe Mitchell to win set 3 in a 3-1 loss to Hannon. And afterwards, we spoke to Coach Chatelier.
We're really just trying to figure out where we want to put everybody. We have a lot of options, a lot of versatility, so we'll find that right mix.
In the beginning, like during my first years, I was more quiet. I was the younger girl, so I didn't want to intrude on the older girls. But I've grown to be more vocal on the court and have a more, leadership role and to help guide the team in the direction we want to go in.
St. Joe's and head coach Stevie Miller battled Dominican in the state championship in 2020 and 2021. The Red Stickers were slowed by injuries last season, but they're ready for another run this season. Junior outside Gracie Mann was one of those players who was hampered by nagging injuries last season. She looks good now. Senior setter Molly Perry is a UNO Beach commit and has moved to libero, looking to close out her prep career in style. Couple of big middies too, in Kaylee McKinney and Emmy Newman. They played a tight match with Edie White on this night, scoring 23, 22, and 21 points in a 3-set loss to the Cardinals.
It's a great group of girls. Really excited. They work hard. We have a lot of work to do, and offensively just trying to figure things out, figure out what our strength is going to be offensively. And to go against a team today like Edie White, who doesn't let anything hit the ground and is pretty strong at the net blocking, that's something that we're going to really work on, is trying to increase our offensive game and our blocking game. I think defensively we did a good job. We just need to increase our blocking game defensively. But it's a great group. I mean, they work hard. They work together, they respect each other, and they bring a lot to each other.
I would say getting ready for the season, it was definitely kind of tough coming back from last season, but all of us are really coming back strong. We're ready to play, and we're ready to win.
I think the strength is just that we're all really on the same page. After last season, we're just that's absolutely not happening again. And after that, we kind of came together and we're just we're going to do every single thing we can, every single play, every day in the weight room. We're just all ready.
I think we can be really good if we all just come together and put all of our skills together, because we're all really competitive and we all want the same goal. So I think if we keep working every day really hard, it'll happen.
Danny Davis and Northshore also in action in Thibodaux, facing Dunham. A heartbreaking end of the season last year for the Panthers, losing in 5 sets to Chappelle in the regionals. As for this year, they are good again, starting with third-year starting setter junior Emily Martin. The team is loaded with talented underclassmen like number 12 sophomore Lainey Gilbo. Senior Sabrina Hill loves the game. Put her wherever and she's happy, especially with serves like this. The ace wins set 2 for Northshore 25-16. The Panthers go up 2-1 when Martin wins a battle at the net, helping Northshore to a 25-23 win in set 3. Fifth set now, and sophomore Grace Chalky takes over in crunch time. First, the one-handed throw, giving Northshore a 14-13 lead. Later, tied at 15, Chalky wins a battle at the net, and it's match point. For that, another sophomore, Campbell Chason. And that's it. Northshore wins it in 5. After watching them tonight, what kind of team do you have?
I still don't know. No, they did a great job tonight. It was a gritty win against a very tough Dunham team. Holy cow, they are so tall and lengthy. We did the little things better in the fifth set, but it could have gone either way. Both teams are pretty close, and it could have gone either way.
Tell me about your team this year. What do you expect out of them?
Just tough, gritty, and just go after every ball. We're not, we have decent height, but we just have to outball control the other team and hoping that we can get some good serves, get some cheap points here and there, and be successful.
We definitely have a lot of hard workers on our team, and we expect to go far into the playoffs, and we want to go far, so we definitely will with our work ethic and things like that, you know.
Meanwhile, at Mount Carmel, there are 7 seniors posing in their new uniforms this season. Head coach Taylor Richey and the Cubs hoping to break the 4-year state title drought this season, which started after they won 6 straight titles. Led by a pair of returning senior All-State players, middle Emily Caracci and senior setter Emma Richey, who finished second in the state last season with 1,340 assists. Richey is a Jacksonville University Beach commit. The other 5 seniors are full of talent, like pin hitters Estrada, Savoie, and Lamont. Also, defenders Meyer and Pichon all have started in their careers. And throw in the mix talented juniors like Mia Lopez, Emma Palermo, and Alex Como, along with sophomore Lila Franovich, who has been nothing short of awesome in the preseason, and even a freshman in the mix of the rotation at Mount Carmel in Allie Offner. This Mount Carmel team is as deep and talented as any Cubs team since 2019.
I think the girls just mesh and bond better this year. There's just an atmosphere of respect, and just everybody wants to be here and wants to play for each other, and just they want to be the best. Watch her hips go an angle and take away her angle.
I think this year our team, we're good, very volleyball wise, but on the mental side and just as a team, I think we're a really good team, and we all really do love each other, and I think that's going to be really good for us this year.
We've gotten some girls this year that weren't here last year that are just really impressive for their age, and honestly, as a team all together, just the energy, everybody's attitudes are so positive and so uplifting for each other. There's no negativity ever.
The feeling this year is amazing. Our confidence level is really high, and as a team we have a bunch of returning starters, and our senior class is really ready.
From the moment Danny Tullis became the head coach at Slidell, Division I has been on notice. No public school has won a state title since 2011. That team was Fountain Blue. And guess who their coach was? Yep, Danny Tullis. He's got one of the best all-around players in the state in All-State senior Reagan Robinson, along with junior setter Ava Labatt, who finished 3rd in the state last season with 1,308 assists. After making it all the way to the semis in year 1 of the Tullis era, sky's the limit for expectations in year 2. Here's Coach Tullis after taking Dominican to 4 sets in last year's semifinals.
Just watching these girls grow from where they were when we first started, February, March, whenever it was, and watching what they've done to become the team that has a chance to actually, we had a chance to beat them, and it was amazing. I was so proud of them.
Well, we're proud of you too.
And our fan base is amazing. They're incredible. All up in the stands, yelling, screaming, parents, kid basketball team, softball team, baseball team, girls, it's awesome. But I'm proud of them.
Some other Division I contenders looking for strong seasons are Hahnville and Chappelle. At Hahnville in the River Parishes, it's Mindy LaBeouf, who's been there for over 30 years trying to snap a long state tournament drought. She's got quite the team to do it. Jody Pulizano takes over after a one-year hiatus. She's at Chappelle after serving as a VSN analyst for a year. She got her start right here at the Wellness Center at the Hall of Fame matches a year ago.
So after my 32-year hiatus at my other school, I took a year off, and I was able actually to work with you guys with VSN, which was a great opportunity for me. It actually made me appreciate what coaches do. And then I had the opportunity to come to a school like Chappelle and to really restart my career, like my next part of my career. I think it's a great opportunity for me. These girls are phenomenal. They're very open-minded. They work hard. I mean, everything I say is is taken seriously, and they try new stuff all the time. So it is a great opportunity for me.
We have 3 senior players that are really at the top of our roster. Our setter is Ebby Zarang. She's really done a good job of continuing to grow. I thought she was a really good setter last year, but seeing her coming off a really powerful club season, she's really elevated not only her physical level of play, but her mental ability to make choices and move the ball around. We have our outside, Mariah Mott, who is just so explosive, but not just explosive, becoming smarter and smarter and being able to make choices about what she's doing with the ball and pick and choose when she wants to be powerful and when she can utilize a little finesse. And then also our libero, Kylie Spurgeon, really grew in the club season as well. So quick, so smart as it relates to reading, but also just such a good team leader. Somebody that really keeps our culture where it needs to be, interacting with our players and just plays at such a high level. It's so exciting to have 3 players like that on the same team. We have another outside that's just going to be a sophomore that had a phenomenal spring as well, Macy Hollingsworth. So on the outside, we feel really good about where we are.
Sam Houston and Ruston, also a couple of Division I teams who could make a run, and a pair of teams who were on display at the Baton Rouge Hall of Fame games, talking about Fontainebleau and Dutchtown. For more on those 2 teams and how they looked, let's go back to Chip Didier.
I had the pleasure of watching Dutchtown and Fontainebleau, and that's 2 teams that had outstanding years last year, and they're looking forward to a great season this year. They were really equal. I talked to Coach Casey, and she was talking about how she had 3 starters back. She has a young lady that's a setter, signing with Mobile University, outstanding setter. Dutchtown actually has 2 players. One's going to Southeastern to play beach volleyball, and the other one is going to sign with UNO, both of them outsides. One other team I'd like to mention that I got a chance to watch, they played Chappelle, that's East Ascension. This could be Jamie Gilmore's best team she's had in a while. They're outstanding, they are very big. So they got really good height, they're really strong at the net. If they can pass the ball and get the ball to those big hitters, they're going to be somebody to reckon with in Division I. There's no doubt about it.
Paul Boron joins us again as we wrap up this show. Paul, of course, will be doing Dominican and Newman quite extensively this year. You did previews on those that we put on social media for VSN this past week. Give us your take on those 2 teams.
Well, we'll start with Newman. I know they're very hungry. They are not happy about the way they went out of the playoffs against Notre Dame. Caroline Boehm, you've seen her. She is a phenomenal talent. Probably arguably one of the best players in the state. She's so much fun to watch, and so I'm looking forward to seeing if Newman can bounce back. From Dominican's perspective, like we talked about earlier, 11 seniors coming back, but they lost some major pieces. So we'll see if Jessica Chatelier can keep it rolling with basically a new-look Dominican team.
And there's so many talented teams, really in every division. We talk about D4 being loaded, Division 3. Division 1 is stacked as well. Yeah. And we will leave you tonight with basically our broadcast schedule of VSN Volleyball for the 2024 season. We'll start with the VSN Spotlight matchups, which basically, Paul, is our game of the week, right? That's basically what it is.
And there's some great ones.
There are, and we're going to be around the state for those. And then we're going to follow up with our 10 VSN Volleyball school affiliates affiliates and their broadcast schedules. And we just talked about Newman and Dominican and teams like Mount Carmel and Covenant Christian and Homa and so many more. St. Thomas More, the top in Division II. So we'll leave you with that, and that will do it for another year of a VSN Volleyball preview show. For Paul Boron, for Chip Didier, for Justin Thomas, our graphics editor, I'm Eric Richey saying so long, everybody. Thanks for watching, and good luck in 2024.